Summer is upon us, and do you know what summer is good with? Arpeggios. I'm sure you know been told that. Arpeggios like this. And this. And like these. So if you're into summer and arpeggios, hop in. The first arpeggio pattern is called shout and fall. Idea is super simple. Pick any key you like. We are in E minor. I'm looping for a bar, creating a 1-bar arpeggio. Shout means going up with the notes. Fall means going down with the notes. So we will have like 1/2 upper notes, 1/2 bottom notes. Right? Upper notes, let's put something down here. Example is 1 bar, but you can do this 2 bars, 4 bars. If you do 2 bars, your first bar will be upper notes, the second bar is the lower notes. It doesn't always have to be this way, by the way. You can briefly go down here if you like. This is also shout and fall, but let's keep it simple. And the trick, keep the notes shorter so that you can enjoy those spaces. Works very well, especially house genres like melodic house and deep house. The second pattern is hop on and off. Here again, E minor. The first thing that you do is just creating a single note repetition for the length you choose. Let's put it on beat. Now we have this. Hop on and off means that we're gonna do octave jumps to make this really dramatic. And the melody, you can choose anything that you like. Let's go up and maybe up again. So hop on, off, on, off. The trick with this style is that repeating bass bottom note, you can follow a chord progression. If you duplicate it once, so now we have this. And now let's create a progression here. Maybe down more. And this. To make progression more obvious, automate the cutoff and the release. So the more we open, the longer release we have, the more dramatic sound gets. Drama. The next one is a tension builder. This one especially works whenever you need tensions, like builds-ups, breakdowns. We are in E minor, and you should be very repeating ascending pattern. Notes are not that important. Let's go up something like 1 more. Then you just duplicate this over and over again. In the real world, when the build-up happens, you want to open the cutoff, you want maybe add a bit reverb. So it turns into something like this. And you have all the tension you need. If you feel like you are going to try one of these arpeggios, please consider like and subscribe. It really helps a ton. The next one is arrow. The reason is it looks like arrow. We start again E minor. This time we build an arrow. So we go up, down, then a little bit less up, a little bit less down. So it almost looks like an arrowhead in the MIDI clip. If I just zoom out, look at this. Boop, 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 right? This triangle formation. If you just loop this. This is very unique because it kind of has both descending and ascending formation inside it. So it creates this kind of contrasting feeling in the tracks oftentimes. And depending on which note you end it may lead to more stable feel, like here. We have the third note, so stable note, but if we want to go to 2, it will create more unresolved feeling, right? If you extend the loop, this could be even more interesting. Here we have the same pattern, down, up, and you can close the cutoff instead this time and reach this type of feeling. Right? Arrows are cool. They are weird, but cool. Now, all the tech notes out there, this is for you. This is called Wait Until Change. I made the name. Of course, they don't call it like that in the wild. But idea is simple. We again start repeating the same note. Just put E minor everywhere. Now we have this. You just add the change at the end and use this arpeggio some type of groove creation in your track. So let's add 2 notes at the end. You can put anything. Doesn't matter what you add, really. The most important thing to emphasize that groove feeling is actually sidechain to the kick. Feel this pumping vibe on arpeggio itself. Something like this. And this will create this. these work super nice on the verses with more aggressive techno tracks. The next one is the speed bump. Let's continue with the techno vibe. First, a long repeating note. Like the previous one, we use the last part of the arpeggio for the change. This time, of course, a bit more melodic. Then idea is like here, repeat again, but make the change here, and then make everything change. So the repeating part gets shorter and shorter, maybe like this. And then here, make it really just not repeating at all almost. This type of melodies creates the hooks on more aggressive techno tracks. My melody is not really that good, but you can make better melodies. Cool, isn't it? The final one is Horror and Resolve. I quite like these ones, especially in house tracks. The main idea is first creating a very small arpeggio, like this. The reason I call it horror, because maybe you remember this. Like this type of, oh my god, something is about to happen feeling. But the idea is just create this first tension part. Repeat it. And resolve it at the end of your arpeggio. And these can get even more fancier and cooler when you also add that chord progression at the bass note. So something like this. Really cool, isn't it? By the way, all the sounds that you are hearing is coming from my Verge and Silk preset packs for Serum 2. If you enjoy the sounds, take a look at that. This is the Mixed in Key 11. We are familiar with this screen, but the new thing is this Pro tab. Idea is simple. You have two players helping you coming up with DJ mixes or mashup ideas really quickly. How does it work really? You drop your song into the first deck, it immediately creates your cue points, and in the second player, it automatically fills up the mashup ideas that will fit to this track. We have this in this track, and here, and then you can just scroll through different ideas by test mashups. It shows you where it plays. This is already cool. This is really cool actually. Let's see if you don't like it, then you can quickly scroll through different mashup ideas. Every time you click here, the track here changes, so that you can test different tracks on top of each other and try to see if mashup works. Right? And you can of course test different parts super easy, like here, let's say I'm gonna use this part, this track, and maybe here, this one. Let's test. It's a very creative tool to come up with mashup ideas extremely fast. I really like this new version. The DJ mix part works very similarly. Let's say I will start my DJ mix with this one. Again, my second play is updated. Right? You can quickly see if mixes are working. Again, you can scroll through, test different ideas. Right? Let's say we are happy with this one. Then you start creating your playlist. Bam! And the next thing, this is gone here. Now we are picking our next track. Let's say we are gonna cue out here, cue in here. Yeah, maybe this is nice. And then here is our track again. The track is updated. Let's say we are happy with this now. Bam! We double click. And then it's next one, next suggestion. It's a really creative workflow tool that I really like. Links in the description below. And thank you Mixed in Key for sponsoring this video.